Hey everyone, it's Luc here. This is a video that I've been meaning to film since January of this year, but I was super busy with school and we all know what happened as the year went on. But one of the things that really helps me when I'm feeling sad and down and kind of depressed is to just look back on some happy moments, basically reliving some nostalgic things that I've enjoyed in the past, and that's what we're gonna do today. I did my best to pick my favorite K-pop song from each year, starting from 2009 to 2019, and let me tell you, this was super hard to do and does not mean I hate every other song that year. Before we jump right into the video, I do want to say that my donation for this month is to my local Black Lives Matter chapter, and if you want to contribute to the Black Lives Matter movement as well, please follow the link in the description down below for more information, links, petitions, etc. It is still very important and very real, so please give that some thought. Anyway, let's get right into it. 2009, probably the most iconic year for K-pop in my opinion, which would have made this a very difficult choice, but when as a K-pop stan you know that Genie by Girls' Generation is your favorite K-pop song of all time, makes it easier than you think. There is just something timeless about this song. It is a classic pop masterpiece. The ad-libs in the song, the DJ put it back on, so iconic, it will never fade from my existence. If you don't know this song, do yourself a favor and get into it. Two Different Tears by Wonder Girls. Now, for some reason, this isn't a very well-known song from them. In my opinion, that has to do more of the place that they were at in their careers. But this song and this era is one that has stayed with me for a very long time. I really enjoy their retro concept. Nobody is an iconic bop, but we are not talking about 2008. I really like the lyrics and the whole meaning behind the song, both in the Korean and the English version. I actually think I enjoy the English version a little more, which might have influenced my choice. Overall, the retro vibe is just executed perfectly, and the instrumental on its own is one of my favorites to this day. This is the song that turned me into a Sistar fan. I of course had heard of Sistar before this song came out, and I actually think I found this song later on, but when I did, I was like, what is this energy? I just felt like it was something I hadn't quite seen in K-pop before. It had more of a diva, powerful vibe to it, a very electro-pop vibe to it that I always crave, that I automatically get into right away. When you add in all the iconic dance moves on top of that, and the fact that you can strut to this song, in addition to Hyorin's ad-libs and Bora's iconic rap, the line about iced tea, never been done before, never been done again. What else is there to say? It's a bop. This song is really it. I think it's my favorite 4-minute song ever, and it's one of the first times I got into a darker concept in K-pop. I feel like girl groups around this time were not adventuring into that kind of badass, fierce vibe as much as they do now, so when it did happen, it was super, I don't know, I really cherished it, and it was very impactful at the time, and it still is. At first, I wasn't really getting into this song because of this part, and I don't really know why, but eventually I got used to it, and with that saxophone over the club beat and the overall vibe of the song, I just fell in love with it. Not to mention all of these super strong high notes throughout this song. Like, there are probably 6 times where it happens, and that combination of Jiyoon and Gayoon towards the end is heavenly. Again, on a similar note, I think that Expectation by Girls' Day is my favorite song by them, and to me it is a cultural reset. I remember at the time I wasn't really sure about their move to a sexier concept, and I don't really know what got into me, but now I look back on it and I'm just like, they did that. you better work. The song has really high energy throughout, it's very dancey, which I always love, and the bridge is super nice too, those high notes, and let me tell you, that key change in the bridge towards the end, iconic. I'm gonna say that word a lot of times in this video, but in a very deserving way. Red Light by FX. Again, we're getting into a pattern here. It was a cultural reset. Even more so than 4 Minutes Volume Up, I think this was an even darker concept, and one that was done so unapologetically and in a badass way that I think at that point we hadn't completely seen before, at least not from a very mainstream popular group in K-pop. I mean, don't get me wrong, there have definitely been darker concepts before, but in terms of girl groups, I think this is one of the major songs that started the paradigm shift towards the kind of what they call like girl crush concept. And this song has been covered by a lot of girl groups since then, which just states how impactful it was. Even like the teaser photos were iconic. And I think the bridge on its own is really what made me pick this song for this spot. There is something about it, every time the bridge comes around, it's so refreshing and just satisfying. It's the year 2015 and SHINee's View is the song of the summer. Whenever I listen to this song, it really brings me to that kind of light, fun, dancey summer vibe that I always kind of crave, to be honest. Although this song didn't necessarily reinvent the wheel, I personally think it did what it set out to do super well, and it is a perfect summer bop. I also really like how the verses of this song are pretty mellow and chill, and they all build up and lead into this really upbeat chorus. It is just fun, and it leaves me feeling happy every time. BTS Blood, Sweat and Tears. This song is just so dreamy and well done from start to finish. I love how the members' parts flow into each other one by one. Again, it's not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but it just does what it was meant to do and so well. And it does have some repetition. Obviously, a lot of the songs on this list have repetition, and that's probably why they're so catchy and have stuck with me ever since. I also really like the luxurious concept that they went for in the music video and the performances. It just helps bring the sound and the vibe to the next level. Again, to me, Sunmi Gashina is another cultural reset. It really stands out, and something about that song just left such an impact, I think, on a lot of people, myself included. And I don't think it's necessarily what the song sounds like, it's just the overall mood and vibe. Again, unapologetic and iconic. I just feel like nothing else really compares to it, and that finger gun dance with the beat drop in the chorus, she is still the moment. I think what pushes it really over the edge is that Sunmi delivered this mood and this concept so well that really no one can deny that. Y'all, 2018 was a really hard pick for me, and this might be one of the most random choices on this list, but there's something about Hyolin's CC that I cannot get over. I think this is the song from 2018 that just crept up on me so unexpectedly and latched on and never let go. It every time brings me to like a summer day, driving down some road on an island with a nice summer breeze flowing through my hair. Like, I know that's kind of the whole vibe of the MV as well, and that's probably why I feel that way, but something about it, it's just so smooth, dreamy, unbeatable. It makes me feel a way that a lot of other songs don't, and like I said, it's just so smooth, but somehow still so turned at the same time, and that balance is really hard to find, and it's perfectly executed in this song. finally we get to 2019, and this was another really hard pick, but I think the song that marked me the most that year was Stray Kids' Miro. And if I said that CC was turned, Miro was turned to the max. I think this one really excites me when it pops up, and whenever I listen to it, it just makes me feel like the world is mine, like I'm on top of the world. Again, probably the music video. This might sound kind of weird to say and should not come as a surprise to anyone, but I'm not the most masculine person. However, when I listen to this song, it just makes me go, yes, I am a man. I don't know why that came into my head, but as I was writing notes for this video, that's what popped into my head. And all of the animal noises throughout the song, like the tiger growling, I thought was super strange at first, but it leaves such a strong impression, and now I find it really satisfying. Anyway, stream Miro. And there we have it. Those are my favorite songs from each year, 2009 to 2019. Like I said, it's way harder to pick than you realize, but I do invite you and encourage you to make a list of your own, and even a video if you want to. Feel free to send it my way or share with me, and we can compare notes and choices and just have a little chat, a little discussion. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button and following me on social media. Stay awkward, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!